Hi, my name is Chris Stanning. I run an IT business called TechQuarters. Today we are here at the Cloud Computing World Forum 2011. What we're interested in seeing is what technologies are out there, what cloud computing is all about with Microsoft and a few other suppliers. So more info coming. And we've just bumped into Gary actually from Interaction, and these guys are wholesale commodity providers of data centers. So they don't provide the carriers, they give you an option checklist for carriers, and you can put your own racks in there, then you can put your own servers in there and really select whatever carrier you want, so you become the cloud hosting, very similar to somebody like Rackspace. So on to the next. I here with Level 3, our partner who provides our hosting facility for our offsite backup and our disaster recovery solution. So Matt here is one of the account directors. Just really interested in finding a little bit about Level 3 and what puts them over and above everybody else in the market. So you mentioned 30-40% of your connectivity is you own 34% of the connectivity across the world.
Level 3 is a global tier 1 IP backbone provider as well as co-location provider. Means that we sit at the top of the internet network tree, providing scale to all of the numerous customers, both large and small, who connect through our network. We provide internet connectivity at scale. And so to give you a statistic, between 30 and 40% of the world's internet traffic on any given day touches our network at some point.
Oh, that is an amazing stat. And also, aren't you the largest provider in the US?
Yeah, from a co-location perspective, in terms of square meterage of colo space, we're the largest provider in the US. We're a true wholesale provider.
Okay, really interesting actually. We've just been to Rackspace and talked to them about Level 3. And Rackspace really are very, very similar to Amazon. They're providing commodity cloud-based servers that you can spin up very quickly, so you can create your own virtual server in a matter of seconds. Or you can mix it up and create a hybrid cloud where you have a dedicated hosted server in their environment, data centers, mixed with one of these cloud servers. Secondly, we went and talked to a Cisco product manager, and very interesting what they're providing from a virtual desktop infrastructure, and we've got some very good product knowledge on VCE, and that way we'll be able to combine our own hosted data centers, our own cloud providers with new technologies and deliver it over terminal sessions to clients. The main benefit of this, is most of these users are using these Samsung Galaxy laptops and they're leaving them on the planes, and if their data is stored locally on those machines, that means that if they lose them, that's sensitive corporate data that is lost. Whereas with a virtual desktop infrastructure, it's actually, they can cut that user out and delete the data immediately. So no corporate loss of data or security infringement. On to the next. Future of Cloud with Microsoft, the World Cloud Forum 2011, Olympia.
Applications on a sort of utility-based business model. This is where we're heading with these technologies. So when I look at how we're sort of doing this with Cloud Power, then Microsoft's in a very unique position in the fact that we know you've got a lot of existing on-premise infrastructure. That's fine. Okay? But if you were thinking about, for example, upgrading your email server, you were thinking about Exchange Server 2010, then now you can consider the opportunity of, instead of upgrading the hardware and so on and so forth, look at whether you can actually offload some of those workloads for email to the cloud. Imagine if you never had to buy a mail server ever again. Okay? For those of you that work in IT, you'll know patching, upgrading, maintaining an email server is not the task that you're best known for or thanked for. Okay? Yet it's expected to operate. If you actually were to shift that workload of actually maintaining that underlying infrastructure, never having to worry about, do I need to update my sound system or whatever, okay? Taking care of that. You'll still have operational tasks, managing mailboxes and so on, but a lot of the heavy lifting will be taken care of for you. That means you can finally focus on the projects that are going to add real value back to your business. That might be deploying that SharePoint platform you've been promising the business for some time, or even updating your internet facing portals for your customer account which you want on premise. We can actually blend those platforms together. When I talk about the best experience on PC, Office 2010 will give you the best experience. Office 2007 will also work with Office 365, and for the Mac, Office for Mac 2011 has been designed to also work with Office 365. Mobile devices, synchronizing email. I did this in the last session, but it's always good for information purposes. How many of you here are running iPhone devices? Android devices? BlackBerry devices? Nokia devices? Into Windows 7? And Windows Phone 7 users? Good to have you aboard. These guys have seen the future, speak to them in the breaks, they'll know exactly what's happening with Windows Phone 7. So irrelevant of which device you have, we're making provision to provide email synchronization access to your content. Working very closely with RIM, shortly after launch of Office 365, they're going to be integrating their best servers to Office 365, so you'll be able to synchronize your email through that platform as well. And when it comes to browser support, we're making sure that we support browsers that are called Internet Explorer and those that aren't, which is quite good news for those of you that may be using alternative browsers such as Firefox, Chrome, or Safari on the Mac. So we're doing a lot of work to provide the best user experience. When we look at the lineup for Office 365, then we're bringing you the very latest Exchange Server 2010 Service Pack 1. We're bringing you the very latest SharePoint Server 2010, and this is SharePoint Server. So it can actually have some of the enterprise capabilities such as My Site, Excel services, Access services, and so on. And we're also bringing our latest unified communication technology called Link. Previously, you may have known this as being Office Communication Server 2007 R2 plus Live Meeting, which is quite long. So now we've actually merged those capabilities for web-based conferencing, voice over IP, presence and IM into a product called Link and enhance that product substantially. Office Web Apps. So when it comes to Word, PowerPoint, Excel and OneNote, we now have a lightweight companion product called an Office Web App. This is the one that we're looking at here for Excel. As you can see, it's got a very similar UI as regards to ribbon interface. It's much more trimmed down because we're being realistic here. It is only a browser that we're accessing this spreadsheet. I may have mentioned before that you can actually use other browsers other than Internet Explorer. This is my Firefox browser here. And I've got the same spreadsheet loaded in Firefox. I'm actually logged on as a different user, so I'm just going to pop this to this side of the screen. By the way, for those of you who have yet to move to Windows 7, this is one of those really great things of Windows 7 being able to snap the screens together. So if I go and edit this number, because clearly 31 doesn't look right against all those other numbers. So I'm just going to update that number in this spreadsheet. So it is live, it is editable in the actual spreadsheet there. And so it's dynamically calculated the view across the entire spreadsheet to show me that there is a difference in the impact that that's going to have should that number be so high. And in this particular browser here, it will take a little while. Did I mention this demo was live on Beta Software? Good, excellent. Let me just refresh this. So we've got the update coming through there. I'm going to just change this back because actually they didn't actually sell anything in January and it was actually 33. So as I mentioned, we had a look at the fact that you can use Office. It's now pay-as-you-go. It's per user licensing. It is the exact same product that the largest enterprises in the world use on their desktop. And as part of it being a subscription-based platform, then as we actually update Office in the future, you would get access to future releases. When it comes to Link, we're getting instant message presence information. I didn't show the skill searching into SharePoint, but again, more integration there. I could actually also set up meetings with Link for external parties as well, and actually invite them to a web-based conference. So if anybody's using any third-party web-based conferencing solutions that you're paying a subscription for, move to Office 365, you can release those subscriptions and reduce costs there as well. The Windows Live Federation is a great capability. When it comes to SharePoint, we give you My Site, which is the ability to have a personal area to store information. We also actually provide access to documents offline, either synchronizing into Outlook or using the SharePoint workspace. The document management is right up there as regards some of the key document management platforms that are dedicated just for that purpose. And it's really great to send up extranets. Any customer that licenses SharePoint online also gets 50 partner licenses. That means I can invite somebody with a live ID to gain access to my SharePoint online site as well. And if I end up working with more than 50 external parties, then I can buy additional partner external licenses as well. So really, really great capabilities there. Finally, Exchange, 25 gig mailbox. Just to give you some context, it's always difficult when somebody just throws numbers at you. My mailbox at Microsoft is 4.5 gig. For demonstration and technical purposes only, I have over 43,000 unread emails. I still have 1.5 gig left. I am an excessive email process person. So this is not a typical email flow. 25 gig we think is quite substantial for many organizations. Moving away from PST files, if you've ever had the joy and pleasure of PST files, the fact we provide personal archiving now. So now I can actually have an archive folder within my mailbox online. So if I move from Outlook Web Access to this PC to another PC, I'll still get access to my archived mail. It's not going to be a security risk sat in a PST file that somebody can take. So now you can actually take PST files out of your organization and use personal archiving as part of 365. And finally, free busy coexistence with on-premise and online, so we can actually see when people are available for meetings. Now, unlike other cloud vendors, we actually back the SLA financially. That means if for whatever reason you are without service for a day, then we will actually give you the money back for that day. This is very different to what other cloud vendors would do, and this should be part of your consideration about looking at the cloud, how that works. We are very open about our privacy and data flow policies and security. There are a number of white papers around there as well. And the investment that's being made is quite staggering as regards building the best we can to keep those costs low for our customers. So from an organizational, from an organizational perspective, you can blend on-premise online, hosted online, whichever way you want to do that. Our licensing models are evolving to embrace the cloud. So as of July the 1st, we'll have something called license mobility. That means if you're a software assurance customer, you'll be able to take the licenses you've already paid for on-premise and actually work with a hosting partner to actually host those same set of products as a hosted solution rather than on your own infrastructure. Again, starting to make a move towards the cloud. Also, as part of the Office 365 and other cloud solutions from Microsoft, the enterprise agreements are being updated to bring the cloud in there as well. When it comes to support, we've got support. We have a health service dashboard that tells you the health of the service. You will know at all point in time if we are experiencing any issues with the platform, even if it's just an information purpose rather than any real disruption there. It's not something that we hide. We're very public about it, and so we're very proud that we can actually give live health status of our dashboards. And with the strength of our partners, we can really help customers move forward with the cloud at some pace.
Hi, we just listened to a 30-minute session by James and Akrig about Office 365. Very, very interesting. Good news, we knew a lot of this already, so we're well ahead of the game. On to Microsoft to discuss their Windows Azure platform. Hi, we've just come out of the Olympia Conference Center, so worldwide conference for cloud computing. Key things that came out of it really is that Microsoft are launching their Office 365. We expect that to happen at the end of July. That's the word on the street. The other providers, such as the data center carriers, Rackspace, Level 3, quite a few of them are actually getting into the cloud provisioning market, similar to Amazon. But what is absolutely categoric is this show is so much more energetic and the future over some of these IT help desk shows that used to be what IT used to be all about. So watch this space. Cloud Computers has been TechQuarters at London Olympia, and we'll get this video up online very quickly.